Sorry about that, bud, but you got nights here.
Of course.
For, let's just say, unknown reasons. That's terrifying.
Oh.
Well, you know the drill, Dane. Just watch the monitors and make sure no one gets in or out, okay?
What?
I'm sure you got it, bud. You better, at least. I'm going to, edit the latest episode right now, and,
Oh. That's rich. What did he mean by, out? I honestly should have just took up Sonic. Why would Nigel have us work at the most miscellaneous place ever? Well, I guess I better check out these cameras. One of them is gone. No! No! This is not how I wanted things to go. Nigel, you son of a... Who turned out the lights? Oh, Muddy?
Well done. You served me well, old pup. Looks like Dane couldn't survive 5 nights at Muddy's.
How could you have done this to me?
Well, Dane, should have taken the day shift there, bud.
Well, if you couldn't have guessed already by the title you clicked on and the opening bit you heard, we're going to be talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep. And here's the thing, Dane, because this is just so precious. You know Five Nights. You know the lore.
I know Five Nights. I was there.
Yep. And you want to know what those animatronics are for? They're for children's birthday parties. And speaking of birthdays, drum roll, please. It's the Creepy Peepers 1 year birthday special.
Holy crap.
Yep, that's right.
You folks, you have been listening to our show for a year, a whole year of your life just listening to our show. How does it feel? Do you feel any different coming out of the end of it? What's next? You know?
And in honor,
Oh my God.
in
Not
honor
going
of
to
being 1
this
year,
big plate over here.
I decided to bring back the classic, the big plate.
Oh my God.
I got my
You-
stroganoff
you-
sandwich here.
You audience members want to listen to that? No, I don't think
So
you do.
good.
You
All right. I'll set it aside for now. I slimmed down, didn't I? But I'll
set
tell
it to
you
the
what.
side. You don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. So here's what I'll tell you. In all honesty, I never could have predicted that we'd be around for a year. But even
Ooh.
less, I wouldn't have ever predicted that this, and I really did think about this. This is the most successful series I've had so far as viewership, watch time, duration of the episodes themselves, and quantity
Yeah.
on the entire network. We've got 17 episodes, including this one. And we've got, overall, we're sitting at over 600 plays, almost
Ooh.
700.
Oh my gosh.
And each episode is almost an hour long. At least almost an hour long.
Can thousands of other of you people listen to the show? Play it more times. Play it a couple thousand times.
Yeah, we got to make it to syndication. We'll be as big as Rogan. But I'll tell
But
you
Creepy
what.
Peeps, I think we'll do something for like the final episode of season 1, right? We'll do something.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I've got
don't
something
worry,
planned.
folks. This isn't our this unfortunately due to the fact that we're only on our 17th episode. We figured let's not end season 1 here. We're going to be ending it at what, 20 or 25?
What if we did 25?
We could do 25. So you heard it here.
Yeah, you heard it live, folks. You heard that live.
So now we have to. So
you'll figure it out. You guys in the future will know.
Yeah. We'll do 25 eps to end the season, but for now we're going to celebrate the whole 1 year with our newest movie to review on the channel yet, and one of the most important considering all the hype surrounding it. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
The movie that I've waited the longest for in my life. I was told by the internet years ago when I was a small little person, and I am now a smaller person. And the film has come out nearly a decade later. It's very exciting. I mean, we just saw the movie already. We already did.
That's right, Dame.
Oh my God.
Anyway, this is exciting because this has been pitched around, and here's the thing. If you're a video gamer, you know so many projects that have to do with video game, television, and or film media get scrapped so often that it's like an infamous and inevitable thing that happens. Like when back in like 2014, when the game first came out, and then people were like, you know what, we're gonna get a movie. It was like so easy to just be like, no, they're not doing it. Like it was like for a kid, you're like, oh, they might do it, but like, you know, they're not gonna do it. But this time they did it. And even when it seemed like, oh, you know what, maybe they are doing it like a couple years ago, then Christopher Columbus is gonna be the director, and you're like, oh my gosh, wow.
Wait, yeah. I remember that being very impressive when that news broke at that time. I was like, huh, okay, this might actually happen.
Then even he was like, no, never mind.
I don't even know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, and my kid said that's stupid now. So, yeah, whatever. Harry Plopper. Sorry, I actually love Harry Potter, folks. All right. Also, here's the thing I've noticed. Little side tangent. Old Peeper style. Throughout the course of this season 1 and this first year of Creepy Peepers, it's called the Creepy Peepers, okay? And I always refer to the audience as folks and not like peepers or something. And I've always found that a little odd. I realized that recently. I was like, I should call you guys the peeps or the peepers, you know? But I just say folks like I'm some old-timey radio guy. Like what?
That was your tangent? Dude, come on.
What are you talking about?
That was the most unnecessary. We're going to break the fourth wall here for a minute. That was the most unnecessary tangent, and even coming from our show. First of all, Dane, you have definitely called the audience Creepy Peeps. In fact, I know exactly when you did it last. You did it last, that I remember, at least, on the Creep Show episode, when I told everyone, hey...
Okay, that's a year ago. That is a year ago.
No, not quite. It's like 360 days ago.
Okay, but like that's close to a year. That's pretty much a whole year.
Well, you said.
Okay. Well, whatever.
The point is, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure you've called them Creepy Peeps more often than that.
Well, guys.
Oh my! I thought you were about to be like. I actually thought you were doing a bit for a minute, so I was gonna let you finish. I thought you were gonna say, I always call you folks instead of peepers, so I'm gonna call you creeps from now on. Well, regardless, yeah. So this movie's got a lot of history, but I'm not gonna go through it because I just don't want to. I mean, and not because like we're unprepared here at the podcast, just because if you're watching this review, most likely you've at least heard of this movie before. You can pretty much fill in the blanks.
Right.
Anything that you think.
This episode definitely is coming from a place of two people who have been along on the FNAF train since the cogs first started going,
Absolutely.
And we are fans, and we grew up with it, and we know all about it. So this episode in review is definitely going to come from a point of view of that, whereas we're not coming at this too critically, if that makes sense. We're not going to come at it from an outside point of view, like, oh, as a movie,
Yeah.
it's actually quite money, get out of here.
Thank you for watching Siskel and Just a Guy.
Right. But we're going to be talking about all the things that we sinked our teeth into as fans, and we're going to talk to you as if you've seen the movie and you know what we're talking about. Right?
What? Wait, I missed that last one. I think you cut.
Wow. We haven't had that one in a while. What I said was we're going to talk to you listeners and audience members as if you've seen the movie and you know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. I didn't know you wanted a response to that. I thought I missed something. No. I agree, though. But yeah, I think we were originally going to do a spoiler-free and then a regular, but instead we're going to do a we're just going to do a spoiler one because it's been a little bit longer. We were actually going to do this review far earlier, like probably when did you see it? I saw it
like 3 days after it came out. So I think I saw it on the 29th.
Yeah, and I saw it the day after. I saw it on the 30th. So yeah, we were going to do it far earlier, but now that it's been out for a while and most people, at least who I know, do watch the podcast frequently, have seen it. And I'm like, well, most of America. Supposedly it hit like $100 million.
Oh my God. Yeah,
but
this
like
movie, dude.
million.
And we know our audience demographic has most likely seen this film.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're going to come from that perspective. And not only that, but we're also going to hit you with the perspective of people who already know what the lore of because you kind of don't have to. This was built off the lore of the books, which I'll be honest, I haven't read. So I was
Me neither.
I was just kind of like, okay, I can, but not that it's bad. It's just, I was just saying.
It still works.
Absolutely, yeah. If you know the lore, you kind of sort of by proxy know the books. But enough talk. Let's dive right in.
Enough talk on this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing the we'll save it for the video version. We're just gonna put up a slideshow of our favorite bits from the movie
with subtitles only.
Yeah. But yeah, so this movie starts out with. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do like a watch along style review. We're just gonna do one.
Could you imagine? We'd be here for hours.
Yeah, trying to remember what the. So
holy crap!
I'm pretty sure the title sequence was.
Yeah, this would honestly be a 4-hour review if we did that.
Yeah. But yeah, we're just gonna. To be fair, I should have said this while we were explaining the layout of this episode. But basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw some. There's gonna be some spoilers, some warning spoilers ahead. But
yes, this is the spoiler review.
But
right now,
we're not gonna. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, you want to showboat a little more?
No, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
So we're gonna throw some spoilers in there, but we're not gonna like if you watch this and then you end up seeing it later, you're not gonna be like, oh, I remember when the Peepers told me, so it's not scary.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like we're like not like we're gonna omit. We're not gonna it's not gonna be a play by play. It's still gonna
Right.
be a surprise.
We're gonna openly talk of this movie. This is the spoilerific version. And if you want to listen for some reason, if you're a goofy guy, to listen to the spoiler free version of the review, we put that at the end of the last episode, the Halloween 2023 special.
That's true.
So if you haven't seen the movie yet because you're lazy, I'm not this hateful, guys and folks. I'm not. I don't know why I keep coming on. I keep making these characters like, you know what? Yeah. But it like I said, for those of you who haven't seen the movie and you want to know our thoughts, our spoiler-free thoughts, that's where it is.
Yep. But yeah, so just diving right in, let's talk about the cast. This is
Okay.
the worst. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
The casting was pretty much perfect. I got to be honest.
Can
Like,
I say
every
something?
time- Go ahead.
Me and shout out to Peyton Woods. Ooh, me and friend Peyton Woods, we're discussing about the oncoming rise of Josh Hutcherson, like fangirls.
That's true because he was in this other movie called Burn that was
Yes.
popular on TikTok for like. Actually, it still is.
Yes, and I'm not gonna lie, I see where they're coming from. I might be a Josh Hutcherson fangirl. I'm not gonna lie. I might buy a Josh Hutcherson T-shirt, and it's gonna be hilarious.
You show up to the company picnic. Is that Josh Hutcherson?
Yeah, it'll make me very relatable. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Me, this
Um,
40-year-old looking man with a Josh Hutcherson shirt. Just standing
put
there.
the Zathura logo underneath.
Zathura logo.
That's what I'll tell you what. That's the first time Josh Hutcherson hasn't been in that many movies that I've seen. He's been in Zathura, which was the first movie that I
Yes.
saw him in.
Yes, me too.
And he was in other stuff, but I didn't watch it. Like he was in, I think, Bridge to Terabithia, and I didn't watch that, even though I have it on DVD. I didn't watch it. But he was in a bunch of other stuff, and then yeah, he was in Burn, which I saw.
Mhm.
Dude, all right, no offense to A24, but what? Dude, the character who wins in the end is like lame, and I'm like, so like I don't care about any of the characters. Okay, this is a different review, but here's the thing.
Yeah, we may talk about that film.
Oh, really?
Or no, maybe this is a different movie I'm thinking of.
I was gonna say, yeah, skull rating of 0 for me.
Okay.
But, but I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. I think the casting on this was perfect. Like I'll admit, every time they cast a video game franchise, movie, or film, everyone's like sounds off. And the casting is too perfect. I love
Right.
what's the guy's name from Last of Us?
Oh, I don't know, but
It's
I
the
know
one
what you
guy.
mean.
Alexa, who
Oh.
plays Nathan Drake in the Last of Us TV show?
Nathan
Okay,
Drake is
correct.
from Uncharted.
Oh, Uncharted. I got it mixed up. Wait. Alexa, who plays
Oh,
the main
Tom
guy
Holland.
in Last
Well, I know what you're talking about now. Tom Holland.
No. That's okay. That's another good example. Actually, we'll use that as
That's a good example, though. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll use that as the example. Okay. Dude, why is she still going? Alexa, please stop. please.
But no, there
Yeah.
isn't a casting choice in this film that feels like a big Hollywood like squeezing.
Absolutely. Like even people were like, Matthew Lillard. But I was like, no, you know what? I haven't seen him in anything recently.
Right.
Not that he wasn't in anything. I just haven't seen like he's not. Dude, here's the thing. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm glad Uncharted is the example. Because, dude, that was the one movie that I genuinely was furious about. Because
Really?
even though I haven't played an Uncharted game, Tom Holland was starting to go everywhere at that point, and I was like, dude, get off my movie screen. Like, I'm sick of. I didn't watch the other two Spider-Man movies. I watched Homecoming, then I was done. I didn't need the freaking 2 sequels, and I have a personal problem with him because he was in too many movies as this like, look how hot, and I'm like, dude, get out.
Yeah.
Let me just watch
Look
Clerks
at
3 and
how
freaking.
hot and awkward this youngster man is. Like
Like,
he's
there's no
good
way
enough
that
for
you would be
Spider-Man.
unpopular in school.
This is true. There's no way he would be
Show
unpopular.
me friggin' Kevin Smith's post-heart attack, skinny, silent Bob in Clerks 3. That's a movie. But here's the thing. So there was not one casting choice in this where I'm like, oh look, it's
Except for Matt Pat.
no, wait, don't well actually wait. I don't know what I was saying.
Oh yeah. This
But
is the
wait, I was
spoiler
gonna say
review.
don't get to it just yet. But I'm actually glad you did say it because I forgot about it.
You forgot? I can't, man.
No, wait, but that's a
The
good note to
crowd
make.
not the crowd, the a bunch of Tysons and his friends
Oh
that I
my
saw this
god.
movie with, I did not forget any time anyone showed up.
Actually, I'm glad you shouted out Tyson. By the way, you know, we should get Tyson down here for the 1 year anniversary. We always talk about him. Is he
Maybe
here?
we should. No, but we should save him for, I guess, the last episode of the season.
Yeah, we'll do a Tyson special.
Yeah,
we'll do a spin-off.
Yeah.
5 Nights at Tyson's. Oh my gosh. I feel like our audience doesn't like us. Like half our bits are inside jokes that they don't know.
Yeah, our audience is. Oh, what? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yada, yada, yada. No, our audience is sitting there like, what?
Yeah,
Can they
Tyson
just
chicken
talk about
tenders
the
and-
movie?
Exactly.
Okay, we will.
But yeah,
God.
Tyson, for those of you who don't know, Tyson is Dane's little brother. But let's jump in.
Oh, I didn't want them to know. I
Why?
wanted,
What?
because I think it's funny that we just keep going, yeah, right, Tyson? And then we just move on. People are like, who's Tyson?
That's okay.
I think it's funny because no one knows who Tyson is, so it's funny when we mention him like playing Fortnite and like saying funny crap. It's like, who are they talking about?
Well, I feel like they would have put 2 and 2 together. The way we talk about him, he's clearly younger than us.
Well, I don't know. You never know.
All right. Well, back to the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, you know what? We may as well just jump into that. Yeah, for those of for fans of the FNAF franchise, you are going to be so happy.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
genuinely devastated that Matt Pat, like the one video of Matt Pat, like, oh, that's okay. All these other guys are in it. No, that's okay. They earned it. I was genuinely sad. I didn't like grow up with. Did you see Matt Pat's fan theory? Oh, sorry, I got a little snot on you. I wasn't one of those kids, but did I watch all of Matt Pat's theories? Yes. Eventually, starting about 2 years ago, I sat down and watched all the Matt Pat FNAF theories, and I got to be honest, he deserved to be in that movie. He deserved that cameo.
Of course.
He knows Scott. Like, he knows him. They've communicated on multiple occasions to further expose lore in his game.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, there's no way he's not going to. Maybe like an honorable mention at the end. Even if they did like a post-credit scene.
Right.
And it was just him as the night guard. Even if it was like a Markiplier skit. Like, that'd be funny. But I'll tell you what. This was great. This was genuinely really great. And he does, sorry, I never got to the point of it. He is in this. He does have a cameo in this. And I'm glad. And it's not what you think. It's not going to be his video playing on some kid's iPad.
Oh my god, yeah.
I hate when movies do that. Even if they do,
It's too easy.
Even if they do the look. No. We made a separate video so that they no. It's still stupid.
No. The blue what's that movie called with the blue shirt guy with Ryan?
What? The Wiggles? I don't know what you're talking about. Blue shirt.
Yeah, blue shirt guy, Free Guy, and the Jacksepticeye guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know all the YouTuber clips that they put in there that they filmed specifically for the movie, but the YouTubers filmed it themselves. No,
yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Long Haul. That's how Digby do it. Oh
yeah, knock off Boogie 2988, Markiplier.
Well, anyway, all right, back to the movie. We're having too much fun with this, but here's the thing. Okay, genuinely, it was a good movie. I think the character designs were great. I think they did not do what they did with Willy's Wonderland, where they put a little too much time or a little too much camera time on the animatronics when it was definitely not robotics inside the animatronics, and you can clearly tell they didn't do that in this movie.
The suits...
In Willy's Wonderland there were a couple times, but then again, Willy's Wonderland was more of check it out, we did it too. But
the animatronic suits in this movie look incredible.
Yeah, it looks legit. And honestly, here's the thing. There's only a couple parts of this movie that I don't like. I don't like the aunt. Her storyline is so ineffective that the fact that they were able to just kill her off, I'm like, all right, whatever.
Right.
But there's gonna be a moment. I won't spoil this because I still want people to have the same reveal of this. No. You're gonna agree with me once I say it. There is, and we talked about this last time too. So I want to keep this one safe.
Okay.
There is still, like me and Dane previously mentioned in the Halloween special, in our spoiler-free review at the end of that one, that there is going to be a moment in this movie where the animatronics do something and you're like, what? But then you're like, wait, maybe it's nice. But then you're like, what? It's a double twist.
Right.
And because it's a double twist, that's why I don't want to give it away here. But I'm just going to say it does play out. It plays out very well. It plays out very well.
They almost grab you. They almost make you go, no, this is going to be a bad movie. No. Yeah. And then they go, wait a second. We fooled you. This is a good movie. And don't deny it. That's how it feels.
I think that you're gonna be very pleasantly surprised by that twist. But I'll tell you this too. I think that Josh Hutcherson's subplot, where he's like, my brother. No! I'll be honest. When I first for the first half of the movie, I'm like, dude, who cares? Not really that guy, but they don't even pay it off. That's probably the only. I mean, not that I care. Again, not that I cared, but. That's his opener into wait, there's kids here, but it's just I don't know. That's the only part of the movie where I'm like, all right, whatever, dude.
Right. In terms of the structure for me, this movie is similar to the Batman, which Nigel doesn't like that much, but I
saw it, so I'll know what you're talking about.
But that movie for me, I think it's fantastic. Everywhere except for the middle portion. And same goes for me with Five Nights at Freddy's. Just it feels like there's just a couple more scenes that we spend of him asleep and dreaming about these kids. And he's like, help me find my sister. And help me find my brother. And you can have Abby. Oh, wait, no, you can't have Abby. No.
Exactly. I've never seen someone... I know, it's a snap decision. Was it really though, dude? A bunch of creepy kids.
Here's the thing. I think I think what they were trying to go for was that it was like it's a dream. So and it's like it's more of the emotional feeling controlling him in the dream than it is like his rational him, if that makes sense.
That's fair. Don't get me wrong. I can see where like anyone could have made the mistake he made. I just love how quick the turnaround was.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's like those scenes in movies where like the character like tricks the character into saying something stupid. He's like, "All right, I want you to say nice things about yourself. Say I am Brian. I am Brian. I deserve romance. I deserve romance. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Hey, wait a minute." That's what it kind of reminded you of. But I'll tell you this. Okay, first of all, for anyone confused, I just realized I know we said we'd go into this with the perspective of you already know what's going on, but I will just to make it a little easier on anyone who might still be a little confused. Okay, Josh Hutcherson plays the night guard who has to take security detail at Five Nights at Freddy's pizza place, which has been closed for several years, and he does night duty and he tries to keep all the animatronics at bay. Matthew Lillard plays not William Afton, but also basically William Afton.
What they say that it. What do you mean?
No. I don't. Isn't his name like not William Afton?
They Vanessa says his name is William Afton in the
Oh, is it?
movie.
Oh, no. Wait, sorry. No. You're right. I scratch that audience. It's because he uses an alias when he's at the
Oh
unemployment.
yeah, yeah. When we first see
That's what threw me
him,
off.
he has
It's like
a
Bob Drucker.
nameplate. It says Steve Raglan.
Yeah.
Raglan.
Um, yeah, sorry, that's on me. But yeah, so that's him. Vanessa in this movie. If you say that you're a Josh Hutcherson stan now, I'm whoever the actress's name who
Oh
played Vanessa.
no, I knew. Oh, something told me because I'll be honest here, folks. I did not. Okay. Listen, Vanessa's cool. She can hang. Okay, but am gonna skip all of her scenes.
Dad, are you
Sorry.
serious?
I'm
Well, okay,
sorry. She's goofy.
no,
She's goofy.
I
She
know what you're talking
and
about.
she talks the same way throughout the entire movie. Oh, have you met Freddie?
I know exactly what you mean. I'm not gonna lie. I know exactly what you're talking about. Do I think she's attractive? Yes, but I know exactly what you're talking about from the perspective of she was kind of exactly what I hate about Chloe Grace Moretz's character in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, where
Yes.
she's just like
Yes.
giving meaningless exposition, but also knows way too much, but doesn't get enough screen time to explain why she does.
I only say that she's cool and she can hang is because she is later revealed to be the daughter of the man behind the slaughter.
Ooh.
And she is hurt, but I think she's set up to because she's in the hospital and she's not awake, but I think she's set up to come back. And I hope she comes back as a villain. I really hope so.
Yeah, like Vanny from Security Break.
I hope she comes back as Vanny. Because then I would approve. But right now, she's that exposition character. Plus, she gets really annoying, and she does this really fast turnaround, like we were talking about earlier, where she's like, look, let's have fun at Freddy's, yay! If you bring her here a gun, I'm gonna shoot you in the face." And it's like, what?
Yeah. That line was like too creepy for me, dude. I don't know what her
Like,
problem was.
hopefully this is like, ooh, look, see, these are early Vanny evil characteristics showing up, but still, like,
Yeah,
like
that's not
what?
that line got me. So yeah, but I completely see what you're saying, and I was actually going to say the one thing that I actually really liked, and honestly, I really wanted to see him get demolished Like, I wanted to see
Get
him
demolished.
spring locked. I wanted to see the R-rated spring
Oh,
locking.
yes, yeah.
cut.
Here's the thing: everyone wanted to see the R-rated spring lock, and I'll tell you what. Yes, there was way more that I wanted to see and that they could have done with that scene. However, with the PG-13 rating, what they did show, I think I was surprised they could get away with, and I was very pleased with. I'm satisfied with the scene. I know it's not as much as we want, but I feel like for now, the dark crevices of YouTube are the only place you can really go to experience the full spring lock trap.
Yeah, I think that
It goes.
I like we said in the spoiler-free review, the gore that they show in this is still just as surprising. Like, it's good. It's really good.
Yes,
But
totally
that
works.
aside, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying it totally works. And, you know, despite us getting a PG-13 rating and having limitations on what gore they can show, this is still more gore than we get in the games.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. Yeah, this is still more gore than we get in the games because this is like, I mean, this is it. This is that big. The level of gore that you would reach with this is
Right.
like, you know, because it's a real movie. But here's the thing. I think that the ending makes it clear that there probably is going to be a sequel to this.
I mean,
And-
at this point, like we said in the spoiler-free version, I think there's at this point there's definitely going to be a sequel.
But I'll give them this: there's genuinely sequel material here.
Absolutely.
It's not like when they make, okay, we're gonna make a Resident Evil movie and we're gonna make a Mortal Kombat movie. It's like, dude, okay, can we get
It's the same thing.
can we get Raul Julia as M. Bison for the Street Fighter movie? Like,
Right.
not like this one genuinely, like, there's reason to make sequels. The games have sequels. You can take anything from the story that you want because it's a video
And
game.
the games have different settings.
Exactly. It's
And
not
and
like
different aesthetics and different storylines and characters. I mean, there's a wealth of new stuff to adapt, you know?
and it wouldn't feel out of
I'm-
place.
Right. And yeah, none of it would feel out of place as long as they did it right. I definitely am most excited to see Springtrap fully come back, Jason style, corpse zombified inside the suit.
That would be scary too. That's my
and it's-
scariest.
Yes, he's the scariest. But what I want to know, because Matthew Lillard said he signed on for more pictures with Blumhouse to make Five Nights at Freddy's. So like, I'm wondering how he's going to be portrayed. You know, if Matthew Lillard still plays him, which most likely he is because he's contracted. You know.
Not
Because
just that, but
The
he can do
corpse
it.
in the suit is I mean, it's not very Matthew Lillard like.
What? Well, then again,
No,
you don't think they're gonna actually chop up his organs? Like,
No.
they'll find a way around it.
I'm saying I wonder what his corpse is going to look like.
I would say if they do the R, if they give us an R rating, well, you know what? I wonder if they'd be able to show it like they show it in game and get away with a PG-13. I feel like maybe.
I think maybe too, because there's like PG-13 zombie movies, isn't there?
I think so. It's got to be a thing.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. But I'll tell you what, like this, like it really came together. I think there's good sequel material here. I think the characters are really good. I think the story's really good. The critics are giving it kind of a hard time, but the fans are staying loyal to it. The only thing
It's
I was
movie
really,
critics. The movie critics went there. They saw the movie and they're like, what? They didn't get it.
they don't know the lore. They're
Yeah.
like, who is this guy? Who's this Mad Pat guy?
Right. Like what? Why? and what's going? Like there's just moments that doesn't happen in normal movies because this is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This is a special event. Five Nights at Freddy's the movie. That's a that's a special selection, you know? There's a
Yeah.
reason why it doesn't have the same things that a normal movie uh has, which is like a proper script that doesn't rely on you knowing a whole bunch of stuff already, you know?
Yeah. And I think that I think personally, like this is a good one in my opinion, and I think it can only really genuinely get better from here because this one was like test the water. Like let's see. The only thing that this was missing was a Scott cameo.
And a
Really?
Markiplier cameo.
Was he not in this? Was he supposed to be in this?
He was supposed to be the night guard at the very beginning of the movie who gets killed.
Oh,
Markiplier was originally supposed to play that role, but he was filming Iron Lung at the same time that
that's
they were
right. I forgot
filming
to see
Fridays
that.
at Freddy's. So they plan to put him in the second one.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
pretty
like
much
yeah.
like what component we know so far, like components wise about the second one is we know that they're already in like developing stages.
And
And
that's good
that yeah,
because
that's very good. And
I think
Markiplier is gonna be in it, hopefully.
that's the best way that this can go because the fact that we had to wait so long for this because they're like like I'm sure there's a level of I'm not really sure if we're gonna but the fact that this one went so well if literally if they just bring back this exact same team they could easily get a sequel out by next year. The fact that it
Oh
only
yeah.
took like 3 months to film and like think about it, they're putting out Spider-Verse after Spider-Verse. Like
Right.
I'm hoping they can do it. I'm hoping we don't have to wait another 10 years for the next Finance at Freddy's. But I'll tell
Oh,
you this:
and
what's our
that's
skull?
my skull rating.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say before that was
Oh yeah, go ahead.
that's what's good about this being a film series is that the fans who are gonna come back to it, they have more to expect each time. It's not like we're sitting here going, "Oh, when are they going to make another Fast and Furious movie with that character?" It's like, they already have about like 20 times. Whereas here, like they can keep going, and like you said, they can only go up from here because we have stuff to look forward to and expect. We have, we've looked forward to this movie all these years, and now it's out, and we're loving it, and we're eating it up. And now the sequel's going to happen, and we still have like the Markiplier cameo. Like we still have stuff that we want to see from this series, if that makes sense. That's why I think it'll be successful.
You're absolutely right. And I
And
think
my skull rating. Oh, what were you gonna say?
well actually I was just gonna say I think the abundance of characters within the Finance at Freddy's universe is only gonna expand on this, dude.
Yeah,
The minute that they show El Chip in my Five Nights at Freddy's movie, it's gonna get a 10 out of 10 skull rating. I got to.
I'll ask you a question before we get into the skull ratings. I'll ask you this: who do you think? Like, who are you most scared of? Like to see in live action? Like which animatronic?
Springtrap.
Springtrap.
Like that's it. That's the even when they did like the little memes like as a kid, they're like, check it out, it's Springtrap in like a dark alley. I'm like, dude, that's horrifying. Don't show me that.
Yeah, Springtrap's always terrifying. I don't know. Oh well, I've said this plenty of times in real life, but you guys aren't with me in real life, so I'll say it here. Growing up, I mean, my favorite Springtrap, and I'd say the scariest of Springtrap, but the animatronic that always scared me is Withered Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the game.
I could see that. Because its mouth is like pried open.
Mouth, the arms, the eyes, and just the beak. Because the beak, it's such a different shape to the other characters' mouths. It's just the beak, the teeth, the eyes, and those arms with the wires. It's like no, and it's too yellow. And it's dirty. It's a dirty, just cheesy yellow. and you can smell it. You can smell the pizza. You really can. And
oh, and also FNAF fans, fun fact, we get to see the kitchen.
we do get to see the kitchen. Yes.
Famously debated over whether Golden Freddy hides out in the kitchen. The one location we never get to see in the original game. The kitchen, we get to see it in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And also, I don't know if we mentioned this at the end of last week's episode, but Sparky the dog, famously
Yeah.
the hoax animatronic from the first game, is one of the spare animatronics that we see in the gore room. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We got to do that skull rating. But in true Creepy Peepers fashion, first, some fan mail.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say that congratulations on the 1 year anniversary. I've been a listener since day one, and I'm just really stoked about this episode, even though when I sent this mail in, I don't really know what it's about yet. But I'm proud of you guys, and I can't wait for more episodes to come in the future.
OMG. It has been 1 year of the Creepy Peepers podcast. Woo! Congrats guys. I'm so happy that you never stopped talking. It's been a great year. It's been full of creeps and peeps, you know? I think we need to celebrate with Freddy Fazbear. I think he would be great to celebrate with. And yeah. I hope that the next couple years go good too. Okay. I love FNAF. I love you guys. And this is Eve out. Horror, 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 horror.
Happy anniversary, Creepy Peepers. I have been listening since the very first episode, and I'm so proud of you guys for making it this far. And since it's your 1 year anniversary episode, I'm glad you're using it to talk about the FNAF movie, because as an avid fan of FNAF since like 6th grade, the movie is really important to me, and I'm really glad you guys are doing an episode about it. So yeah, happy anniversary, Creepy Peepers. Bye!
Aw, what lovely messages. Thank you so much, Creepy Peepers.
Thank you to Eve, Addie, Sky for sending in your submissions. And if you want to be on Creepy Peepers, please go to https://creepy-peepers /podcast/messages.
Yeah. And check out the Creepy Peepers Instagram for updates on new episodes and fun tidbits, fun pictures, all kinds of great stuff.
Absolutely. And now where were we, Dave? Oh, that's right. The skull rating.
Well, I'll start out with my skull rating, and I'll base this around the enjoyment factor, because this movie, it's not like, oh, this made me poop my pants in the theater. And that's something you're going to hear a lot of people say, which I kind of agree, but still, there's good good Five Nights at Freddy's scares in this. But they're definitely going to probably make the next one scarier, because that's something people are complaining about. But anyways, I'm going to give this movie a 9. Because it feels like I've waited so long for this movie, and it felt like a blessing seeing it on screen. I said to somebody one time, this was similar to like when people who grew up reading Bible stories were watching like movies from like the Bible for the first time. That's kind of like what it was like watching this.
And when I was at the local produce aisle when I was a kid, and then I grew up and I was watching VeggieTales.
Yes, exactly. And it's an event. It's a life event, and it's a blessing seeing it on the screen. You know, I'm sitting there watching it. And you know, you kind of pinch yourself. You're like, oh my gosh, can't believe this is actually here. And they literally, I think they did it the best they could. I'm so glad that we're living in the world where I can say that. I'm glad I can be like, hey guys, the FNAF movie came and it was great. You know, I'm glad I'm not. It's not like the FNAF movie came out and it was complete and utter dog water. You know, I saw it with my friend and he vomited right in the seat on the old lady in front of us. She threw her drink at me, and I was like, "Lady, I wasn't the one who puked on you." And she was like, "Too bad." There was a fight. I mentioned that. I mentioned that. I think I mentioned this in the other episode, but there was a fight that broke out in one of the theaters showing FNAF. It was like a famous video. It was like a full on brawl. While the credits of Five Nights at Freddy's were ending, and it was literally like right when the credits started. So it was like the whole movie played out, and all of a sudden it was like the end. What'd you say? Oh, you know, and
It was like bum fights.
So yeah, but I'm so glad this movie exists.
You're absolutely right. No, I'm agree. Okay. Wow. I agree with you.
Try it again.
I think that I think that I would have to agree. And in fact, I will rate this movie a 9.5 because of two big reasons. One, I did like it. Two, you know what? Actually, wait. Here, I'll loop two reasons into one, and then I can have two reasons. But the second reason is more different than the first reason. Okay. One reason is that I liked it, but it was also just a really great new experience. So many horror movies now just blend together that it's like, dude, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like so many no horror movies too, which is going to be a complaint that I have in one of our future reviews with a movie that you showed me recently. That's a new horror movie. That's like, dude, I don't need to have an essay written in order to understand your lore. I shouldn't have to. But the point is, this movie didn't have that. It felt like it was a movie for me, the common man who just wants to relive the memories of the original
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's. And that's
Yes.
what this was. And I think that it was just I just think it was a really fun experience. It was a really fun movie. You can tell they really put a lot of effort in. Jason Blum wasn't just like, yeah, I'm also doing some stupid video game movie about a freaking bear or something. Like you can really tell that they were like, okay, we're making a movie that people are definitely going to come see, really care about, something like that. The cameos in it were well placed. It wasn't just like, hey, look what it is. Like they put them in roles where it's like, oh, like it was any cameo, especially if it's a YouTuber cameo, is usually like, this one felt like these could have been actually like random people that they just threw in.
Right. And
Especially
that's
Corey
how
X.
cameos should be.
Absolutely. Corey X Kenshin was hilarious. Okay. He ate up every scene he cameoed in. He genuinely, because here's the thing, and I'll say this. I don't watch Corey X Kenshin. I've never seen a Corey X Kenshin video. Do I know who he is? Yes. But he may as well have been Lil Rel Howery. He just showed up and he was just funny. I don't even watch his stuff, not because I don't like him. It's just I just don't watch his stuff. So that made it even better for me. He felt like he was a part of the movie. Like he felt like a full on like different random actor guy.
Right. And like you said earlier, this movie is a new experience, and that in my mind sort of gives this movie a classic feel. I hope that this movie will go down as like a classic. you know?
Absolutely. I completely
Because
agree with you.
it's got that sort of like 80s like Gremlins feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Gremlins were in this. Absolutely.
No, the Gremlins weren't in this movie. I'm saying
They
it's
weren't? Dude.
got oh my gosh. Five Nights at Gizmos.
Nah.
No, but this movie's got that sort of classic adventure movie to it. Very good stuff.
Absolutely. No, I completely. Here's the thing. If there's one complaint I have about the movie, it's that actually, I hate to be every fan of this movie ever, any FNAF fan ever, but it just wasn't scary enough. Not like in a bad, not like how I
That's
complained about the
yeah,
scene.
I
It
agree.
just there was a lot of exposition, considering the piece of lore that they took from, which I would argue most FNAF fans don't have any knowledge of. They
That's
didn't
true.
pull just from the main games. They pulled from the book, which was fine. But if you're gonna do exposition, explain that lore. Don't give me Josh Hutcherson's brother and his
I feel
parents
like
who just mysteriously like disappeared.
I feel like this movie spends a lot of time explaining well-known FNAF lore, and then just like kind of quietly introducing all this, movie stuff. But it's funny for us FNAF fans who know all this stuff already and have grown up with this. I honestly think the only bad experience about being someone who's a FNAF man and watching this movie is whenever Vanessa's like, his name is William Afton, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, and I'm like, dude, what? I know he's William. Well, come on. Or like later, where she's like, it's not just their souls that are in there, and the music's like, oh, it's their bodies.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, dude.
Freddy's,
Like they say it
Nights.
so slowly. They put the huge bass drop behind it. And it's like, dude, that's like someone walking up to you and be like, a banana is yellow. What? But no, if you don't know FNAF lore, then like all the mystery drops in this, I think you'll be interested.
Yeah, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Well, folks. Ooh, sorry. Well, folks.
Yes. Did you just walk across your room?
Sorry. Folks, thank you for listening to our FNAF review.
Wait, can I freaking...
What? Oh, you have more?
Yeah, we have to do MVP, LVP.
Nigel, we haven't done MVP, LVP
What
since...
are you talking about? We did
since
MVP, LVP
Beetlejuice.
and Killer Clowns. I was talking to you through the phone. I don't know what you're talking... We haven't done... Don't freaking rope me in. You always do that. You always try to rope me in like, dude, we haven't. No, you haven't. I don't... We don't like pumpkin pie. Says you. I don't want to hear it.
What?
Anyway, MVP for me has to be Matthew Lillard for not doing the obvious thing that he could have done, and given the guy given William Afton too big of like a edge.
God, yeah.
Or too big of a edge. Like he wasn't too funny or too scary. He wasn't funny at all, but like in a good way. Sometimes they do that cop out in video game movies, even if it's a horror. Well, they'll put some stupid bit in for the actual like villain. Like if you want to put it in for other characters, okay. Don't do the villain like dude, what?
Yeah, he didn't do the big bad like deep voice guy, and he also didn't do the overly eccentric Joker guy. He did he did it. I that's something I didn't talk about. I really did love it the way he did it, because it's a definite mix of, this is a menacing guy who manipulated his daughter, and he's also goofy. You know, he's still phone guy technically in this film, so he's still got a bit of that little tad goofy phone guyness to him, but he uses that sort of quirkiness to also like give you subtle hints that he's the villain.
Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah. Who's your LVP?
My LVP is. My LVP is. You know what? Josh Hutcherson's missing brother. Who's just like he
wait.
comes and goes.
Why? Tell me why first.
I'll tell you why.
I won't jump ahead of you. I was about to. I won't jump ahead of you. Tell me why.
Because his character only exists to give Josh Hutcherson that one scene at the end of the movie where William Afton can be like, "I'm the tune that killed your brother." And then Josh
yes, that definitely felt a little too like every big Hollywood. Well, not. I mean, but every major movie does that moment where the villain's like, "I'm the one that killed your brother or killed your parents." They did it with Joker and Batman '89.
Hey, did you like that reference though? Did you get it?
Yes,
Roger Rabbit. Yep.
Yeah. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That was really good.
Yeah.
When I killed your brother, I talked just like this. Can you imagine if William Afton did that?
Now, see, honestly, if they did it like that, where it was obviously a reference to Roger Rabbit, I might have given them the applause on that. I wouldn't have even minded. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably my LVP.
Let's go with mine.
Yeah, who's your MVP LVP?
My MVP, because you kind of stole mine, but my MVP for this film is
wait, who did I say my MVP was? Oh, William Afton. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. My MVP for this film is oh, by the way, wait, okay, before I get into my MVP, the kid you were talking about, he's your LVP. The little brother. Okay, I found it extremely difficult to take the scene seriously anytime they showed him, especially when they had the camera up in his face, because that kid looks goofy. I'm sorry, but the kid with his cross eyes and he's like with his big cheeks, you know, and it's like, this kid, get him out of my face, out of my FNAF movie. He's just goofy. I laughed every time because it's like all these people, it's like, oh, you know, you were never right to take care of her, Mike. Give her away, Mike. Then it cuts to the kid.
What is the significance of the soda spilling too? I just noticed.
Oh yeah. They keep showing the soda spill, and it's super zoomed in, like it means something, and it doesn't mean anything. But I think it's just one of those shots to let the audience know that, like, hey, we're calling back to this moment. But it's so zoomed in on the soda.
That's like a Just a Guy bit. Like, no, my Mountain Dew.
oh no! Yeah. My soda. You're gonna have to buy me another one.
I just chug it before. No, somebody drank my soda.
Okay, my MVP is Doug the lawyer. The aunt's lawyer.
Oh.
This dude is hilarious. Okay, he shows up for two very brief moments, but those two brief moments are hilarious. He's this short little lawyer guy, and he's constantly he's scared of his client. He's very scared of this aunt, and he does not want to be in legal trouble, and he does not want to be in cahoots with her scheming plans. And it's hilarious. I love his scenes. Everybody loves Doug. My LVP for this film would have to be what would be the LVP of this movie? I'd say the fact that they didn't use that one ambiance sound. Do you know the one? I think you know what from the classic original game. The one that you hear sort of in the background that goes. You know which one I'm talking about?
I don't think I do, but I know if I actually heard.
Let me play it. Let me play it into the mic. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, pull it up.
I'm pulling it up, folks. But while I pull it up, I will just say that I'll give that an LVP because I can't. I mean, this movie's really good. I can't think of another one. But the fact that they didn't, because FNAF has very rich sound effects in it, you know, and they only used like maybe like a couple. They used the sound effects from the original first game very sparingly. They used the original scream like for a brief second, like for a Foxy jump scare. And that they might have used like the camera like glitching noises like towards the beginning, but other than that, like I would have expected to hear like a lot more audio callbacks. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And in fact, it does have such a rich sound effects library that when you said ambient sound, me and I'm sure so many other Five Nights at Freddy's fans who are listening probably thought of the Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah, not that one. That one's famous, and that one actually kind of creeps me out. I'm talking about this one. I have it right here. Ready? This is the sound.
Oh,
you know that one?
You know, I not only do I know that one, I always got that confused for Outlast.
Really?
Yeah, because people use that in like memes now. Right. But like I always was like, oh, from Outlast. But yeah, no, it's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, because they could have put that in anywhere inside the scenes inside the restaurant. They could have had it, you know, at any time. Maybe they could have had it even while he was just like during those really long shots of him just sitting there asleep. Which, come on, like that's just filler. That's just runtime, you know. This movie is not long enough. Just get a couple more seconds of him just sleeping. Yes, sleeping, very good. Yes, and what are we gonna play during the scene of him sleeping? Nothing. Just come on, throw him something, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's an odd note to leave it on.
We hope you enjoyed this review of Five Nights at Freddy's, and
yes.
we thank you from the bottoms of our empty, cold black hearts.
Yes, folks. Our dead, decaying hearts.
For sticking with us for one whole year.
Why? Did you audience members have any faith in us? Comment below.
Yeah, let us know if we got you.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to trim it, but I think what's the last thing you heard?
Oh, I do not know.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm pretty sure we were at a turning point. All right, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. We got to do that skull rating, but in true Creepy Peepers fashion, first some fan mail.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we'll put the fan mail segment here, and I will tackle you into my. All right.
Oh, what lovely messages! Thank you so much, Creepy Peepers.
Creepy Peepers, where'd you get those creepy peepers? Watch a horror movie, pee your pants, and ask yourself, where were those creepy peepers?
This has been a Just a Guy Network audio production.